Hi, welcome to Cajun Toy Review. Today's episode is going to be about an action figure, but it's going to be a little bit different, as you'll see. But the first thing is, why do we collect? Why do we buy action figures? Is it because it's a product that we're into at the time? Is it something that reminds us of a simpler time, of something of our youth, something that we cherished? There are a lot of reasons, and for me, sometimes it's just something that reminds me of my youth. So like horror figures, horror was a taboo for me. I couldn't watch horror movies when I was a kid, but I still snuck around and found out what I wanted. So like Freddy and Jason and all these horror slasher figures were just so compelling to me, and so mysterious and fascinating. If I couldn't see them, I would draw them in my notebooks and stuff. And sometimes it's just something that we reminds us of a show, or like Star Wars, something like that, like the good old days, like the classic stuff, stuff that we maybe we didn't even collect when we were younger, that we had people around us that collected it and we were too young, but we were around it and we cherished it, and it's kind of a retro thing to go back. Sometimes it's just something that is timeless, a character that maybe we played with or interacted with when we were kids, and now maybe we see our kids, or if you're that old or not, interacting with it and stuff like that, and it's just an icon. So figures and toys can fill a lot of spaces and stuff, and comics a lot of the figures that I talk about on this channel, and comics have been around longer than I've been alive, and they hold a special place for some people, and they remind them of virtues and and things like that. But like some of these characters, whether from movies or they're from comics, just they're icons. They're silhouettes. You can recognize these things and see them, and you can be like, I know who that is. And that's powerful. That's something really cool. That's very, very. That's being an icon. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Sometimes it's not just a comic book character or a video game character, a cartoon character. Sometimes real people are icons and bigger than life. And that's where we get to today's talk. So this is a first figure that I'm going to be reviewing that's about a real person, a human being that walks on this earth that's still alive today. It's none other than the man himself. So today we're going to be looking at Neca Toys' Richard Simmons, the action figure. This is based off the iconic Richard Simmons, the health guru, the Sweating to the Oldies founder and helper of many, many people to combat obesity. He is a force of energy in this world, and we're going to talk about him today and discuss who is Richard Simmons. Why should we care about this figure? What does it mean? So looking at this box, we can see a clear shot of Richard Simmons right here, from the 80s. This is very, very clear, and we got that little font. So I do really like how his name has always been Richard in cursive and Simmons in bold print, and then the action figure. This clearly captures his Sweating to the Oldies era, and we can see with this clear open box we got Richard with his classic tank top, his fro, and just gorgeous looking face. It looks just like Richard Simmons. His shorts, and we can see he's got some little socks and shoes in there. He also comes with an additional head, shows Richard smiling and being very energetic. On the side of the box, we got a shot of Richard with that other head on, and he's got his jazz fingers out, and we can see there's like a dance floor behind him, so it's perfect for Sweating to the Oldies. We get that same logo here, and we got this nice 80s Trapper Keeper kind of looking motif on the side that looks really nice. On the top, we got that shot of Richard right there, and ages 14 and up, by Neca. And there's also a warning: this is a choking hazard, so not for children under 3. This side, the same repeats with the same head sculpt and the same pose. On the back of the box, we got Richard looking looking great. Look at this, he's got his fingers out, he's doing his sweating to the oldies. And on the bottom we got a different head and a different pose for Richard and stuff like that. It doesn't look like he comes with additional hands, but it is fine because it does say, oh, interchangeable heads. So that's all we're going to have for our Richard today. And then on the bottom we can actually see, here's our UPC for Richard Simmons. And see, I got a choking hazard, and this is made by these people here. So if you want to pause it and see, that's all the people on who painted it and tailored it, because this does have real clothes in here, so that's going to be really cool when we check it out. And there's the UPC for you. So if you wanted your own Richard Simmons, you could get yours right there. These are available online now. They retail for about $29, but you can find them a little bit cheaper there. I wouldn't pay too much more than that because it doesn't come with a lot of accessories like the steamer or something like that. Would have been really cool for Richard, or some different hands. But that's really all I can say about this box. So let's take a look at Richard Simmons and get him out this box and talk about the man himself. And here we have our Richard Simmons out of the box. And if he didn't have these joints on his elbows and his knees and stuff like that, I would think this is a statue of him. It's uncanny how real this looks like Richard Simmons. His real name is Milton Tego Simmons, and he was born in 1948 in New Orleans, which is not far from here, hence Cajun Toy Review. He has said in interviews that one of the things that got him obese as a child was eating crawfish etouffee and oyster po' boys. And I can tell you, being in the South, most of the food is very heavy, between our gumbos and our, our shrimp po' boys and everything else, and our catfishes and everything's fried or cooked in a roux. So Richard, growing up in New Orleans, didn't exercise. He actually was a heavy-set child, and as he became a teenager, he got heavier, to the point where his parents intervened and told him that he needed to lose weight, and they would help him by paying him a little bit of money for each pound he lost. And this is in the 60s, and him growing up, he tried several different things. He tried diet pills. He starved himself. He even got to the point where he started to purge, and he got very sick. He was living off of lettuce and water for several months and lost a lot of weight. He moved to California, and he became like a fitness maitre d', and then eventually he became a fitness personality. He opened a gym, and that was open for several decades, called Simmons, that he ran. And he was known for being a very approachable person, very happy, always willing to help people, always had a smile on his face. And if you ever seen him in an interview on a talk show, he is a force of nature. He is so full of energy and life. So let's talk a little bit about this figure. And I caught him. I didn't want him to hit the ground there. That was close. So this is our Richard Simmons figure right here, and he doesn't really come with any kind of accessories or anything, like I said, but he does come with an additional head, and both of these are uncanny. They both look exactly like Richard Simmons. I mean, from every angle, whoever sculpted this, I have to look back at the box. I'm going to tell you right now, it was sculpted by Trevor Grove. Mr. Trevor Grove, you have done the Lord's work. This is uncanny. Like, this looks exactly like Richard Simmons in like 1984. Everything from his eyebrows, that little teeth, his teeth, the makeup, and his rosy cheeks, his eyes, it is perfect. The fro and everything, you can't feel this through the video, but you should. I'll put that UPC back up real quick for you. So there's the UPC again, so you can feel this if you like. So this head right here is the happy Richard, where he's smiling really big. This is the Richard that is starting the sweating to the oldies. He's running out there, and the Beach Boys are playing, and he's moving. And yeah, this is the Richard we remember. Now, like I said, no additional accessories, but he does come with a real cloth outfit. So he has a classic tank top, no logos or anything on there, but if you know, have seen Richard before, this is kind of the colors he liked to wear a lot. These shorts are, well, these shorts, they're not right. These need to be way higher. Alright, so these shorts look just like the shorts he would wear when he would exercise, because he'd be moving, you know, they'd be sitting there and they're sweating to the oldies. And if you haven't seen it, Richard helped people of all sizes, you know, whether it was a woman just trying to tone up or a very obese woman who couldn't get out of the house. Richard was there for all these people. He was such a force of good in the health community and helping people overcome their obesity. Also in 2008, he was part of the No Child Left Behind to kind of stop competitive like PE sports and stuff like that, so kids weren't feeling left out and everything. That's the kind of man Richard was. Well, is. I keep saying that. I feel so horrible now. Richard Simmons is still alive and well. He is just kind of taken to himself in his later years. He still puts out videos and stuff on online and stuff like that, but he's getting a little bit older in age. But like people like Bob Ross and like Mr. Rogers and stuff like that, there's really nothing negative you can say about this man and the stuff that he's done for people and stuff like that, whether it's been just dieting or exercising or getting motivated and stuff like that, or just putting a smile on people's faces. Richard Simmons is a one-of-a-kind human being. And that's why I'm so happy to kind of talk about this figure a little bit. So let's do a head swap on him, and then we'll look at some articulation and stuff like that. And let's see. So the head swap out really easy, a lot easier than Marvel Legends and stuff. Man, look at that face on there. That is, it's like he's here in the room. But this, yes. Anyway, the head swap's out really easy, way easier than like Marvel Legends do. There's no fighting with it, and once it's on there, you know, you got your good range of motion. So let's look at Richard Simmons' articulation. So you got full 360 degree. I mean, look at that face. Oh, anyway, you got full 360 degrees. He can look down about this much. Look up about that much. You're not going to get a lot of range of motion with the afro and stuff like that. It's going to block a little bit on the neck. So yeah, the afro will stop from looking up at the heavens. But we can look down and stuff. And Richard doesn't look down on anybody, but if you wanted to look down at like his shoes, you could. He has full arm rotation. You got a bicep swivel. And Richard has double jointed elbows, so you can really get in some good jazz exercise poses and stuff like that. So really good. And this is based off his 80s look a lot. You can tell he's really kind of ripped here and stuff. This is when he was most active, so this is probably like 83, 84. He does have a wrist flex, so you can, you know, get several different wrist flex and rotation on him and stuff. So that's really nice. If you wanted to do that, you could do stuff like that with him. Other arms, same, no difference on there. He does have an ab crunch on here, so you can see he has a, wow, okay, yeah, this is 80s Richard Simmons, because yeah, he was really ripped like this for a while. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Now Richard, he can do an ab crunch, not very much, but he's, maybe I have to put a hair dryer on him, get him loosened up, but no, his ab crunch is kind of low. He does have a no, waist swivel. Whoa, sorry about that. Shorts are higher than I thought. Now you do have a thigh cut. Oh well, actually don't have a thigh cut. It's just a leg rotation. And you could, if you wanted to, for some reason, rotate all the way. Unfortunately, he only has single jointed knees, so we won't be doing like anything too crazy. Like he can't put his foot on his back or anything like that. But he can do a split, which is really cool. I don't want to rip these pants, but they're so short, it makes it pretty easy to do. Look at his leg muscles. This is like I said, this is 80s Richard all the way. We do have a No, they do not. I thought they had a calf rotation. So we have a little bit of an ankle pivot here. There is no toe flex or anything like that. Now, he does have peg holes and little grips on the bottom of his shoes, which is really cute. So we have that. Now, as for his paint, like I said, the paint in the face and everything, these faces are phenomenal. It's, you know, it's uncanny. It's almost uncanny valley. I might not have this on my shelf all the time because it looks like he's here with us right now. It's just these joints. If these joints weren't here, I could probably take pictures with him and people would think it was him for real. Now his outfit it's really soft. It's almost like a satin. It's very shiny. It looks really good in the light, so you can be able to get some really cool pictures. I'm gonna have to get a bigger backdrop for him, but yeah, you can get some really cool, you know, shots with that. His shorts, they're elastic, so you know you can kind of adjust them a little bit and stuff like that. But there's no buttons or zippers or pockets or anything on it. It's just some basic exercise shorts, some trash bag shorts or whatever you like to call them. People call them different things. Now he does have some white socks. I'm kind of disappointed that they are separate from the feet. So it's kind of an illusion that he's really wearing socks, but it's just like these little things like this. They're glued in on the, no, not glued in at all. So yeah, if you wanted to put some knee pads on Richard and stuff, you could do that as well if you didn't want the socks there. And yeah, they kind of feel like that. Now his shoes are really cool. I like the detail on the shoes right here with the line work and everything, and the laces, look at that. That looks like real shoes. And they're not pearl white, they're dirty, like he's been really exercising and stuff like that. And that's really cool. That's a lot of cool attention to detail. They're based off of I can't even tell what these are. I thought there were some Converse, but they're not. But yeah, they look really, really good. So that's really all I can say about this Richard Simmons figure. You know, as for the man himself and stuff like that, you know, if you want a figure that is an 80s icon and stuff like that, you can't go wrong with the Richard Simmons. I got this online, but I think you can find it in some stores now. It should be popping on the shelves. So I hope my review and talking about Richard Simmons a little bit maybe changed your mind and maybe educated you a little bit about him. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video or leave a comment and stuff. What's your favorite Sweatin' to the Oldies one? Have you seen any of them? I mean, what's your experience with Richard Simmons from a movie or TV? Not the Letterman stuff, but you know, other positive things. And anyway, if you like this video, check out our other content. We do other figures and stuff like that, mostly comics and stuff in Neca, you know. But as a child of the 80s and everything, and I had to talk about the man himself, Richard Simmons. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.